Thank you, Megan, and congratulations on that PhD. I am truly inspired by all of our students' stories and appreciate you all sharing them. It's now my distinct pleasure to introduce you all to a mother-daughter duo who exemplify the power of generational giving. Suzanne Gordon is a 3-time NC State alum. She earned dual bachelor degrees in mathematics and computer science in 1975 and her master's in statistics in 1980. Suzanne enjoyed a long and successful career with SAS, ultimately serving as the company's Chief Information Officer and Vice President of Information Technology prior to her retirement in 2012. She and her late husband, Ralph, who is also an alum, donate to a wide range of scholarships and programs at the university. These include the Gordon Family Scholarship Endowment, which supports students studying mathematics, and the Gordon Family Endowment for the Science House, which provides STEM resources for K-12 students and teachers in rural areas across the state. Suzanne also served on several of NC State's most prominent boards, including our Board of Trustees. And her daughter, Emily Gordon, earned her BS in mathematics and her master's in global innovation management, also both at NC State. Emily previously served on the College of Sciences Alumni Advisory Board and now serves as a member of our college's foundation board. Emily and Suzanne are longtime supporters and advocates for the college's mission. In addition to their generosity, they mentor our students, providing valuable insight as alumni and board members. We're very fortunate to have their partnership and engagement at the College of Sciences and beyond. Please help me welcome Suzanne and Emily.
I'll say a few words and then leave most of the talking to my amazing daughter, Emily. My journey in philanthropy began with my father. He was a quiet giver, always supporting the church and generously helping anyone he encountered in need. Whether it was paying for someone's groceries or covering a friend's daughter's tuition at NC State, he did it all without seeking attention or recognition. He instilled in me a valuable lesson early on. He told me, if you don't give when you have a little, you won't give when you have a lot. So my late husband, Ralph, and I embraced this philosophy from the very beginning of our marriage in 1972, when we were both students with modest incomes. Giving to the church was always our first priority, and NC State soon became our second. As my involvement grew with Communities in Schools, a wonderful organization that supports young people, so did my dedication to empowering the next generation. I've always had a deep connection to young people and a passion for helping them reach their full potential. NC State students in particular hold a special place in my heart, especially those in the College of Sciences and the College of Engineering. These hard-working, lots of you are in the room, practical students are shaping a future where the world becomes a better, safer, and healthier place. It has been incredibly rewarding to see the impact of our scholarships on these students over the years, and I look forward to continuing to support even more of them in the future. Now I'll hand it over to Emily, who's also inherited our family's heartfelt commitment to giving and serving.
As Mom said, I inherited a legacy of giving. I remember my first summer job I ever had. When I got my first paycheck, my dad quizzed me and said, "What's 10% of that?" And said, "That's at least what you should give." So I did. And I made a habit of giving. But from that young age, it would be some more years of continuing that habit until I really understood what giving would mean to me as part of my identity and the true importance giving had in the communities I was a part of. And one of the communities I've been a part of my entire life is NC State. So how I came about understanding the importance of giving and what it meant to me. A few years out of college as a young working single professional, I was asked to serve on several boards and give of my time, in addition to my resources. And I remember thinking, serving on a board, isn't that something people my parents' age do? And I wondered, does anyone care on these boards what I would have to say? Would they take me seriously as someone so young in their career and maybe not able to give as much as they do? But people like my parents and other people on these boards, including the Alumni Advisory Board here at the College of Sciences, mentored me and were immediately very, very welcoming. And I could just see their passion for these causes and that they really had a true interest in getting the perspective and input of someone of my generation. And they were just very excited and also really urgently wanting to know there was a next generation to pass the baton to, the next generation of people who felt it was important to give and continue these organizations like NC State and keep it going for generations to come. So like these mentors on these boards and my parents, I'm truly passionate about NC State and enjoy giving to keep its mission going, especially the College of Sciences. While I was a student and through serving on these boards, I truly learned how much is possible because of giving. So for me, when I was at NC State, some things that were important to me were personal, close relationships I developed with professors, like Professor Stitzinger, who I had for calculus, but I also saw him every morning at Carmichael Gym. Dr. Carl Meyer, he truly cheered me on to improve, and I had him for 2 classes one semester that was difficult for me personally, but I knew he was really rooting for me to improve, and that really did help me improve my grade in his class by the end. Or in physics, there was Dr. Young, who when I turned in a test said, "Are you sure you don't want to major in physics?" And that just made me feel great about my progress and where I was at NC State and the College of Sciences. Another thing I have fond memories of as a student is the infamous circular building, Harrelson Hall, which is no longer, and it had its nostalgic charms, but I remember being so excited as a senior to get to graduate in brand shiny new SAS Hall. And I just remember thinking how great it would be for the next year's students and future students to get to have their classes in that great facility, which thankfully has more than one women's bathroom, which exists before the 3rd floor. I learned through serving that those fond memories of mine and fond memories you all, the students here, are making now, so much of it is possible because of giving. And I really want to take up the baton of those other generations of serving and giving to NC State to keep it going. Even I learned last year when Nancy Reidenhauer spoke here, even the furniture I used to take a nap on between chemistry and math in Dabney Cox lobby is because her and a group of her classmates give and have refurbished that ever so often. So giving is just so important and key to everything the College of Sciences and NC State University can do. And what NC State University does here in this community, in our state, and in our world is just really, really important. I've become passionate about advocating to folks of my generation and younger the importance of giving so that I have a team of people taking up this baton and continuing things for years to come. I was reflecting last week about what to say at this talk, and the NC State slogan, "Think and Do," came to mind. So I'd want to encourage everybody in closing to think about what you're passionate about in terms of what's happening here at NC State, and then do what you can to keep it going. So go Pack!